Yo, what is up, my Shadow Armies? It is I, Shadow Critias, back again with another What If video. So this is part 4 of What If Kage Tatsuma was in Star Wars. And before I continue on, go check out the previous part before you guys come over here, because this will not make any sense to you. So yeah, and there's something I forgot to mention in the last part, that a year later, passed after Revenge of the Sith, Kage would have been at the age of 24, since he was 23 in the events of Revenge of the Sith, and he will be 24 in the last previous part. So, yeah, I just want to clear that out of the way. Without that been settled and out of the way, let's just go ahead and dive into it. So basically, we started where we last left off, where Kage basically arrived at the planet of Kashyyyk, where he heard about the planet Kashyyyk, just never been there. And he remembered that his master was in the Kashyyyk mission with Master Yoda and Lumina and Dooley in the mission to Kashyyyk in the final war, the climax of the war of the Clone Wars. So the Wookiees are basically a close ally and a good friend to the Jedi, and they're willing to help those that need it. And they're trying to hide and keep themselves hidden from the Empire. So, since the Empire do not know any Wookiee survivors or whatever, plus rumors said the Empire are planning to come to the Kashyyyk for the next 2 years Kage doesn't know about that. So, basically, Kage had no choice to hide on the planet Kashyyyk in the jungle forest. See, he could find anyone to help him to hide and blend in. And it wasn't easy for him. And when it started to rain, Kage needs to find a shelter where he could rest for a bit. Until, the moment he started to lay down and rest, finally get some shut-eye, and still having that nightmare yet again. And he started to wake up until someone approached him. Someone that he couldn't recognize because his vision is blurred. Someone was holding a blaster. So Kage got up, disarming the person, and basically didn't recognize who this person was. Turns out it's actually a woman. And then before he could get to say anything, he hear a lightsaber ignited from behind. And this person said, "Who are you and what are you here? Lay off my woman." Like, he recognized that voice. No, that can't be. Is he hallucinating? And he turned his head, letting the woman go. And Cage's eyes widened. And he pulled down his mask. Covering his face. And even Quinlan Voss recognized who he was. And Kage would say, "Master?" And Quinlan was like, "Tatsuma, you're alive." And I said, "Wait, if you're here, then who's..." Then sees that is Catherine. Oh, snap. He didn't recognize her. And Catherine sees him and, "Well, it's good to see you too, Tatsuma. Like, how are y'all..." "What? Master, I thought you were dead." I thought so too. Apparently, I'm on the most wanted list, Jedi survivor by the Empire. "What? So you survived? How?" "Like, I felt your presence gone." "That's why I want everyone to believe that I'm gone. I've been busy. I was kind of concerned that you didn't make it, my apprentice. Well, I learned from the best, but why are you here? How long you been in Kashyyyk? And Quinlan tells him to come along with them because there's a better place to be hidden than just being in the cave. So Quinlan will explain how did he survive and why he's still here in Kashyyyk. Basically explain that he did survive. He left Kashyyyk and he went to Nashada to hide himself until he came across Catherine and dealing with other bounty hunters, smugglers, basically a lot of shenanigans. And then they decided to head back here to Kashyyyk to hide in because, well, Catherine is pregnant. Kage didn't notice or recognize until he looks at her, sees that she is pregnant. And they basically headed down to a camp where Wookiees are hidden until, well, if the child decided to give birth, they have a lot of supplies to able help out when she's about to give birth. So Kage put the pieces together that Quinlan and Catherine are together and now married. So Kage I had a feeling that them two were going to be a thing, but didn't expect that, well, they're about to have a child. So Quinlan asked, how did Kage survive? Actually explained the whole thing, even telling him that him and Momo were a thing. And found out that she was killed by Skywalker. That it was Skywalker led the 501st Legion attack the Jedi Temple. Quinlan is taken aback by this. He is shocked that it was Skywalker caused all this, and told him that Chancellor was a Sith Lord that basically he should know. So Quinlan basically takes all this information in that Skywalker fought to the dark side and became Sidious's new apprentice, and that Kage was able to survive, and that he's been hiding in Nashada for over a year. So basically, Quinlan left Nashada before Kage arrived. I would say like almost a year. So basically like a few months after Quinlan left. So yeah. So basically, if Quinlan knew that his Padawan was alive, he could have brought him a lot sooner. But Kage actually explained that he had to come across with Maul and his new apprentice. Whatever happens to them, he doesn't know. All he knows that he's basically still running his crime empire, his crime syndicate as always. So, yeah. So basically, Quinlan was here to, if Kashyyyk is a better place to hide, to keep other Jedi survivor. Which Kage is taken aback. Like, wait, more Jedi survived? And Quinlan's like, yeah, a little bit in Jedi Knights, Padawans, younglings, and another Jedi Master I came across. As they arrive to the hideout where Quinlan is actually keeping the other Jedi survivor hidden, see, I would say 3 Jedi Knights, 4 Padawans, and 12 younglings, and 1 Jedi Master. And that Jedi Master is Jedi Master Kukruk. Kage is shocked to see Master Kukruk alive and well. It's actually impressed. And at least they have a ship to, get out another planet if thing goes out. And the reason why they're here is to pick up a young Wookiee Jedi named Gunji, who was sent to in Kashyyyk thanks to a rogue clone who disobeyed Order 66, the Bad Batch. That's kind of shocked that Kage hears that even the clone could go rogue against their orders, and they're willing to bring a Wookiee here in Kashyyyk, his home world. And now he thought of it, he felt something, he started to recognize something. rumor says that Kage was about to have a Padawan of his own. And some people say that it could be Gungi, a potential Jedi apprentice. And Quinlan thinks, even though it's not the time and place, I think it's best that you should take Gungi as your Padawan. And Kage is taken aback, willing to become a master, willing to become a trainer to train Gungi? Like, is that wise? He's not even a Jedi Master. And he's not even that rank yet. So basically, Quinlan Voss ignited his lightsaber, tells him to kneel, as Kage is shocked, is this really happening? So Kage obliged, and Quinlan basically knighted Kage by the right of the Council, by the will of the Force. You may rise, Jedi. You may rise, Kage Tatsuma, a Jedi Master. So Kage is now as the rank of a Jedi Master, and taking Gungi as his Padawan, and helping other Jedi, like other Padawans and little younglings, to complete their training in Kashyyyk the best they can. And things with the Wookiees helping them out, hiding them, and they still had to keep moving, etc. Until, well, 2 years later. So Kage will be the age of 26, where Gungi would be, how do I'm gonna put his age? Hold on one second. 15. So Gungi will be 17. So basically, Gungi will still be a Padawan, and Kage will be 26, a young Jedi Master. 2 years later has passed after a good peace acquired from Wands, until, well, the Empire learns that few groups of Jedis survive, and the Wookiees are hiding them, which is not good. So they send, well, a lot of Purge troopers, the Inquisitors, including Vader. Vader wants to go along with this mission. So it's going to be a battle of Kashyyyk, and it is not going to be pretty. So basically, before all that, Catherine, her waters broke, and the worst possible time before, well, the war. Well, hang on, that doesn't make no fucking sense. Let me backtrack this. Rewind. Before, 2 years later, her water breaks and she had a son. Okay, I kind of forgot to mention that. So, 2 years earlier, a few months later, Catherine's water broke and she gave birth to the child, which is a son, and they named him, well, I forgot what they named him. They did have a son, and they named him something. I don't know what they call him now. So, basically 2 years later, as Kage being Jedi Master, training Gungi, and helping Quinlan and Kukruk to train the younglings, and even some bit of a Jedi Knight helping completing their Padawan's training. And since, well, which makes their Quinlan's son be the age of being 2 years old at the time, after 2 years later. So, yeah, so now we're getting back where the Empire learns that there are a few groups of Jedi survive, and they're hiding on Kashyyyk, thanks to the Wookiees. So, it's going to be all hands on deck with the Imperials, and they're going to go and siege on Kashyyyk with few Inquisitors, few Purge troopers, and Darth Vader is joining the frays. So, yeah. So basically, they were on a mission to kill the Jedis, whatever's left, take them alive, so we could make them another Inquisitors. So, yeah. That's what's happening. After they see Imperial Star Destroyer, oh boy, that's not good. they had to evacuate now. But they think they should fight back, but they know they can't, and for the sake of the younglings, they need to leave now. So, it's going to be difficult. So the Wookiees are going to be the distraction to the Empire. But Kage stopped. He felt something. He felt cold. Even Gungi, Quinlan, and Crook could feel it. Even though the Jedis could feel it. They feel it too. But they have to go now. And they think, it's him they need to leave now. What chance do they have? But Kage doesn't budge. He doesn't move. That look in his eye, that vengeance. He can finally get his revenge on Skywalker for taking Momo away from him. He can finally get his revenge. So he tells, them to go on without him. And Gungi, he should go with them as well. He's staying behind. And Gungi is against this. Like, he doesn't want to leave his master behind, but Kage tells him to go now. And Quinlan is trying to reason with him, this is not the way of the Jedi. You letting your vengeance cloud your judgment. You're letting the dark side consume you. Like, I do not care. He must pay. And so Quinlan just can't reason with him, and he knows, someone's got to stay behind. So Quinlan decided to tell Kage to be careful, survive, and may the Force be with you. So Kage stayed behind as the Inquisitor is trying to find other Jedi survivors until, a little bit of Inquisitor gets killed. Let's just say random Inquisitors, not the main ones that we know, are just getting killed left and right by Kage. Like, not wasting no time at all. So, until he hears, that Kage hears that, that mechanical breathing, that he could hear it echoing in the back, and he felt the cold chill down his spine, and he hears, and as Kage looks at, the man that he looking before him, he sees Vader. Felt the cold chill down his spine, a cold sweat dripping down his face to his cheeks. He could feel it. He could feel the fear. He could feel the anger, the hatred. He could feel it through Vader. And Vader ignited his saber and asked, where are the other Jedi? There were more than one. Kage tells them they gone. They escape. And Vader's like, then one shall do. You would have been an excellent Inquisitor. And Kage ignited his lightsaber, both yellow and violet pink, or violet purple, whatever you're gonna call it. And Kage, it says that you don't frighten me, you don't scare me. Have you forgotten who I am? You should. You can hide behind your mask, but I know who you are. Skywalker. Everything went silence. Only the sound of the lightsaber and Vader mechanical breathing. And Vader felt enraged deep within. Doesn't show it, but you could tell that this one doesn't deserve to live or deserve to be an Inquisitor. This person has to die. And Kage goes on like, you took her from me, and I'm gonna make you suffer for it. And Vader says they join her in death. So, as both of them walking toward each other, as they clash their sabers, both crimson, yellow, and violet clashing, the battle between Kage and Vader was intense. No one interfered, just two of them, one-on-one. The battle was clash. The echo of the saber echoing in the forest as the rain falls through them. The rain hits them, but it doesn't matter. The hits of the sound of the saber as the water hit the blade is intense. The battle crackle, and all the Kage feel was anger and hatred. He could feel it through his course, through his vein. He needed this. He wanted this. He wants Vader to suffer and pain. And taunts Vader's like, he knows that he figured it out, that why you're in that suit is because your master, Kenobi, that you're in this suit. It's pity that he didn't finish the job. So he's gonna finish what Kenobi could not. But this is the problem. Vader's conflicted that should he kill him or keep him alive to get information to find Kenobi. But I think he'd rather kill him because, well, there's no reason. He will find Kenobi in his own way. So the battle commenced. The battle was intense. But Kage realized that he's losing his stamina. But Vader keeps up. The only way that Kage could do is use his Force Lightning, which does shock Vader, pun intended, and realize that lightning is his weakness. So he's gonna try to kill Vader by shooting Force Lightning at him, full of anger and hatred. And then, after electrocuting Vader to death, Kage have one lightsaber up in the air and one in his neck. Kind of like how Galen Merrick, Starkiller, did to Darth Vader in Kamino in The Force Unleashed 2. And Kage lashed out in anger. You took everything from me. You took away my home. You took away the love of my life. And I'm gonna make you pay. And Vader was like, yes, strike me down. Strike me down. Embrace the darkness. Join to the dark side. You know you want me dead. Do it. Strike me down in anger. And the moment he wanted to, he wants to kill him. Just for the hell of it. But before he got the chance to strike down, few Imperial soldiers and one Inquisitor shows up, which is the Grand Inquisitor himself. They arrive, distracting Kage, but he's all surrounded, and the Grand Inquisitor is behind Vader. Realize that Kage is surrounded. Sure, he can actually get sent. Sure, this will be no easy for him, and he's ready to fight to the bitter end. As Vader gets up and ready to strike down Kage, until, well, a ship shooting down. Let's just say a ship comes down and starts shooting at the ground, taking out a few stormtroopers here and there, which then distract them long enough, gives Kage the open hand to use Force Repulse to send few stormtroopers to be evaporated or flew away, and sending the Grand Inquisitor and Vader flew away. And see the charge bolt flying by Gunji, telling him to come on, get in. And Kage wants to stay and end the fight, but realize he's no match to Vader. Even shooting that so many Force Lightning was weakening him, but it was not enough. He's still standing tall, like nothing doesn't faze him. Nothing does anything to him. So Kage used the Force Jump to get to the ship, sent it to the pilot, and flew out of space. So, to get away from the Empire, they set a course at a random location to get away from the Empire, where no one else can find them. So they set a course to a random planet to get away. And they jump to hyperspace. Vader is furiated. Now, he needs to hunt down another loose end. Another loose end now is in the phrase. First Cassius Urshan, now him? Who else knows of him being once Anakin Skywalker? Could have been the Jedis. They were here. Would they know? Now he has to hunt them down as well if they knew about who he once was. So basically, fortunately, Kage was right about one thing. The other Jedi survivor did escape, but they don't know where they're heading. So, yeah. So this is going to be the last time that Kage will ever get to see his master once again. So basically, whatever they're heading, wherever they go, well, good luck trying to finding Kage Tatsuma, Vader. And, yeah, that's going to be more difficult. So basically, Kage was a bit upset that Gungi go against his wishes, but also glad that he came back for him. Because he felt guilt. He felt hurt that he couldn't do it. Part of him that he couldn't do it. He couldn't bring himself to strike down Vader. That's what he wanted. That's what Vader wants it. To give him the open hand so Vader could strike him down. And not only that, it is something that Momo doesn't want. Momo, if she was here right now and saw him like this, he wouldn't forgive himself. And she wouldn't forgive him. Momo wouldn't kill him. Wouldn't kill Vader. And Kage wouldn't do it. It was out of mercy. Yes, Vader didn't deserve to live. He doesn't know who he is anymore. He doesn't know what he thought was Skywalker, Vader. He doesn't know who this person is. Just a black void, a dragon, a machine, a weapon that shouldn't deserve to live. So, he felt guilty. He doesn't know what to feel. So basically, him and his Padawan Gungi are now, well, whatever the space takes them, at least they're away from the Empire. But at what cost? The Wookiees are now, well, being slaved by the Empire to finish up building the Star Destroyer, well, not the Star Destroyer, to finish up building the Death Star. So, yeah, that happened. So, yeah, it's not pleasant for the Wookiees, but at least they did some right and did some good and fought the good fight with the Jedi one last time for them to escape, to live the fight another day. But it's not the last time the Wookiees will fight alongside the Jedi. So, yeah. And that is where I'm going to end this part right here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channel, my social media, will be down below in the description box. You guys know the drill. If you guys wanted to donate to support the channel, links to my Cash App and my PayPal will be down below in the description box and in my bio if you guys want to support the channel. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Kneel before Shadow Critias. I'll see you guys later.